All right. We're live, Becky. We're live.
Whoa.
No. Share to Facebook and we'll be ready to go. Share to Facebook and we will be ready. Ready to go. Ready to go, ready to go. All right. We ready? You ready? I'm ready.
Yes, I am.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm King David. I am the host of this here program. This is my brainchild. I come up with the topics, but I couldn't do it because I think I'm just boring talking about myself personally. So I couldn't do it without my best friend, author, asshole, just like me. She's definitely truth telling Capricorn, born on the January side of the game. Becky Quarles, how you doing, Becky?
I am doing okay, brother. I see you got that beard growing in.
Yeah, man, that's a little nappy. I did not before I got on air, but that's okay. Call me Nappy Roots, Nappy Hair and all is the life for me. I have no problem with my nappy beard, although I do like to comb it out from time to time, but I literally just got finished working about 20 minutes ago. So to just do a little recap, we're waiting on brother Metu to come on in the room. He's supposed to be joining us today because we every topic list. But yeah, man. So I literally just got finished working about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. It rained straight for 2 days. Solid. Now I am the operator of Moore Lawns LLC. OOR. There is no E. It's M, two O's, and an R. It is an homage to the ancestors, okay? To the Moors of O. So we bringing that hot fire when we come to do your lawn or your landscaping. So it rained for 2 days straight. It rained all day today. I had planned on not doing no work. I'm like, oh, it's raining all day. And even if it does stop raining, the sun not gonna come out because I'm looking at the Weather Channel app, you know, to kind of get the basis of my information on what I'm supposed to be doing for the day, as far as weather's concerned. Well, lo and behold, it ended up stopped raining, and the sun popped out. So I'm like, well, all right, let me jump out here and do a little something on this here Saturday evening. So I had loaded up my mower. So a little while ago, since I'm in the lawn landscaping business, I threw a Hail Mary in the hurry up offense. This is the football terminology. So I threw a Hail Mary in the hurry up offense because I had been looking for a commercial mower. But all the ones that I have been looking at were out of my price range. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to make any payments on anything. Where I'm at right now, I own every piece of equipment I have, every lawnmower, every shovel, every trimmer. I own it outright. So if something was to happen, I still have my equipment. It's mine. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's my brother. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday to my brother, Sean Landrum, man. It's his birthday today. He is the big 3-6 Mafia. Today, he was just calling me, but I had to ignore his call. I'm pretty sure he just got off of work. But happy birthday, bro, man. Shout out to you, man. I love you. You don't look as good as me, but that's okay.
Nigga, you still
like your daddy. But anyways, back to your hand. So I'm looking on Facebook, looking on Craigslist. I'm looking everywhere, trying to find a used commercial mower for like right around 600. Mm. And I have been looking for one for a minute because I've been push mowing for the last 3 years. You know, I've been running my Honda push mower since last year, but I was using another mower before that. So, you know, the thing is, like, I kind of had this mindset, this motto, like, I don't mind push mowing until I get to where I need to be. You know, I mind working a little harder with the push mower, which is only about 21 inches, to get where I need to be. And that's been my mindset. But I have done a few big yards, and I have a regular customer who has a decent size yard in Wellston, right? So I had initially kind of hooked up with the older brother, you know, nice guy, you know what I'm saying? Mr. J is a nice guy, definitely willing to work. However, the last time I had him work with me, he, I feel like, was trying to cheat me. Now, you know, you could talk a good game, you know, okay, we want to build a black conglomerate, a corporation. You know, you have the lawn care. I know how to do hardscape and brick work and tuck pointing and the third and this brother over here. So we can all come together like the Mexicans and we can work together and we can do this damn thing. If I got somebody, I'll refer it to you, or we can all work together and we can get this money. It sounds good. But the last time I worked with this dude, I had him calling him up. I'm like, hey, what you got going on? Can you come help me out with a few yards? Oh, yeah, no problem. I'll come help you out. And he got a little riding mower. It's like a 42-inch. Little riding tractor, nothing special, but it's 42 inches. That's double than what I would be cutting with the push mower. So that's a, you know, that's a wide space. You dig what I'm saying? So he ended up, I ended up giving the dude like $50, $48, $47, something like that, for cutting these 3 little yards that I had. And they was close together too. 2 was across the street from each other, and 1 was down the street. So okay. And then I got a text message from the dude. Well, you know, Black wasn't happy with what you gave him, and this, that, and the third. And you know, I charge a minimum of $25 to move my truck, and you know, for that yard, I got to charge you $35 per yard to cut both of them and woo, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, huh? $35 for you to do what? To sit on the mower and 15 minutes? So you want me to give you $70 for you to use your tractor to cut for 15 fucking minutes? Nah, something don't add up right. And then it's like, okay, well, dude had a problem with what I paid him. Now this is his guy. This is not my guy. This is his dude that always worked with him. And I'm like, well, I paid $10 an hour. Like, that's what I paid for labor. And here's the thing. Dude didn't bring not one trimmer, not one more. He ain't bring no truck. All he brought was himself. And this is what I told the dude, because I'm doing a business. Like, I don't know why I have to explain this to people, but it seems like people are a little slow. So you have to explain it to them. I'm not out here hustling. I ain't out here hustling. I'm running a business. And as a business owner, it got to be tight and right. I need people that's going to perform.
Yeah.
Ain't no different than LeBron being on the Lakers. Now, I'm not saying that I'm LeBron. I'm not saying that I'm a superstar of the line game and none of this other stuff here. I'm not saying that. But LeBron needs pieces around him that's going to perform up to his standards. No different than the Raptors with Kawhi Leonard or Golden State with KD and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and all the rest of them niggas, Curry and his thottish ass wife. You need people that's going to perform. So I'm running a business. One thing I don't want to do is come back behind you and redo the work you were supposed to already have did.
Mm-hmm.
So I explained, oh, well, you know, Black had my trimmer and whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, look, he's okay. I'm pretty sure he works hard. But here's the thing. He missed quite a few. He's supposed to be trimming. He missed quite a few trim spots. I had to go back behind him and trim where he so-called already trimmed. Like the first house we did, the customer, now this was a new customer. New customer. When you got the new customers, you really got to put that razzle dazzle on it because you want them to come back. They had some ladders, like some extension ladders in their yard up to the garage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some other people had been working. Nigga didn't trim behind the ladders, around the ladders, none of that other stuff. I had to do that. So I'm like, well, you know, I had to come back behind dude and trim behind him. And then he like, oh, okay, so Tony's your guy. I understand. No, I'm not saying that. I told him flat out, I'm like, well, Tony got his problems too. Because Tony my boy, but I damn near sent his ass home the other day. I got so heated at this nigga, boy. I swear to God, I wanted to send his motherfucking ass home. Mm-hmm. Now, when I do landscape work,
mm-hmm.
or pulling weeds, or you taking dirt or whatever out of the planter, stack it on the tarp. That's what I keep tarps for. I use tarps for leaf removals. When I'm blowing leaves, break them on the tarp, pull them to the curb, whatever. I use tarps for leaf removals. I use tarps to pull weeds and stuff. When we pull weeds, when you taking that dirt and stuff out of that planter or out of that area in which we're working in, you put it on the tarp. I like to keep my work areas clean. I don't want dirt and mud all over my customer sidewalk. And he has worked with me before. He knows the protocol. But he's steady putting the dirt and shit on the sidewalk. I'm like, bro, get the tarp and get this shit up, man. Like, we don't, man, it's all right, man. She got a hole and stuff. We can wash it down. No, nigga, I felt like a pimp named Slickback. No, nigga, that's not how we operate. You put the shit on the tarp so you can keep the area clean. I said, what if my customer wanted to walk through here? She a little old lady. She don't want to be walking all over mud and stuff like this here. You keep your work area clean. So all you got to do is just drag the tarp to the next point where you're going to be working at and keeping it pushing. Man, I got this, man. I heard you the first time. Woo, woo. And my customer like, oh, it's all right. Like, no, it ain't. Because you don't fucking listen. And again, I had to go back behind him the other day and move a plant forward because my customer had told him that she wanted this specific plant because some of her hostas, she got a bunch of hostas in her land, in one of her landscapes in her gangway, and she wanted this particular plant centered. She wanted all of her plants centered. And came over there the other day, and she like, I told him to move that in the center. He didn't. It looked like it's in the same spot. Whoopty whoop and woo woo woo. You know how picky old people are. So I said, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Move it to the front. Move it forward. Anyway, that was before. And when he texted me, that was before that situation. But still, I said, Anthony, I said, Tony got his problems too. But Tony, that's Brother Metu, he just sent me a thing. Yeah, so, like, he an older cat. I help him out because I know he ain't got much money coming in. So I throw him a bone. But one of his problems is he think he know everything. Oh, man, I know about that. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. No. Let me explain to you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it before you jump out there and start doing stuff. Like, you just cut me off in the middle of the sentence. Yeah, bro, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going, oh, yeah, and then you're going to whoop-de-whoop and whoop-de-whoop. No. So I'm like, dude got his problems too. But anyways, long story short, dude tried to overcharge me for cutting 2 little bitty yards. Like, one of the yards is like 3 swipes with his mower. Like, he go down, come back, go down, and come back. That's it. It's done. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even charging that man $35 to cut that property. Like, it's literally nothing. It's a vacant house that they not working on right now. So he just paying me to cut the yard. He ain't paying me to get the weeds off the fence, none of that other stuff. Just paying me to cut the grass. And you want to try to overcharge me. So that pushed me into getting this commercial joint. So I looked and I looked and I looked. I found one dude. He was he had one. And the thing about it is, like, I hit dude up like Wednesday. It was all good. I bet. If you still got it, I'll holler at you this weekend. Well, come to find out, dude had already sold. So I was like, okay. So I'm searching. I found one up in Waterloo, Illinois. Now, my truck runs good, but I have work that needs to be done to it, which would cause me not to drive it 40 minutes up in the countryside, Illinois. So we had to get a U-Haul, do some more shit, pay the dude. I had to just rush, cut a couple yards so I can go ahead and get that money so I can make sure that I had enough to pay him, get the U-Haul. And then I called my boy, but it was at the last minute, and his son's birthday party was going on at like the same time, and he didn't get back home, so I can get the ramps from dude. So I had to end up getting the big box truck that had the ramp on it, and it was a whole mission, and I had to put gas in the hole and everything. But anyways, I got the joint, cut it good. I found some ramps for the low. They was brand new from this white lady. Man. So I threw the Hail Mary, caught it. And so the reason why we were supposed to start at like 7 today. And honestly, I was like, well, since it stopped raining, let me jump out of here and do a little something. And then we got a community garden in the neighborhood. The community garden hadn't been cut by me since probably about the first time the season started growing. City come by every once in a while, but they'll come by with the big brush mower and don't really do nothing. So I decided to test the limits of my brand new used more. And I actually have to say that I'm very impressed. Dull blades and all.
That's what's up.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I've been working on, man. Just tired. I work a full-time job. I run the business. I do stuff in the church and the community. Like I'm just busy, you know? And I'm in a space right now where I really want to entertain females. Although certain individuals feel like everybody should be in a relationship. Like, why are you pushing so hard, lady? If you cool being in your relationship, that's fine. But well, I just think that everybody would like it's cool. I'm not saying I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm just saying right now, I'm too busy for a relationship. Well, you sitting in the sauna right now, that could be a date. Like, lady, I didn't say I didn't have time. I said I'm too busy. I said once I get some new mowers, a trailer, a new truck in my house, then I'll have some space freed up for a female. Because to be perfectly honest with you, ain't no female trying to jump out here and cut no grass. I've seen very few females actually jump out here and cut grass, even on a professional level. You'd be like, oh, hey, what's up, girl? You want to come help me cut some grass? Cut some grass. Cut no grass.
Right.
Why not? Shit. Why can't you? Nah, I'll supervise. I don't need you to supervise. I'm the supervisor. I need you to grab a weed eater. That's what I need you to do. No, I ain't finna do that. Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty much my recap, homie. Just pushing, same mission, working more lawns. We busy, you know.
That's what's up.
So far, I'm not sure if I'm going to supersede what I made last year. Nah, it's still early. So I still could supersede or equal what I made last year. Stands now, I haven't had I haven't had too many big landscaping jobs like I did last year. And that helped. But I feel like this year I've gotten more accomplished. I feel like I've gotten more accomplished this year. I'm trying to call Metro. I'm trying to get him in here.
Oh, he ready to go.
I'm trying to get Metu in here. He's not. He's having problems.
Okay.
Trying to get in the room so we can talk about this. Yeah, but I feel like I've gotten more accomplished this year as a business owner. This is my third year in business. I don't have my new truck yet. I plan on getting a diesel big boy, and I don't have my trailer. But last year, my first year in business, it was really rough. I went into business with some brothers, and it completely went south. Couldn't get on the same page. One nigga tried to cheat me. So second year, I kind of spent getting my equipment together. I was still fighting with them niggas, trying to get my truck fixed and whatnot. But this year, I got all my equipment. I'm picking up more stuff, more like shovels and stuff like that. I got me a 30-inch walk behind. Shit, I feel like I'm doing better this year. I feel like I got more accomplished this year. I got a card swipe now, so I can use the card swipe. Like, feel like I'm doing good. I'm on a. I'm on a good path right now. Let's just put it like that. On a good path. That's all for me, man. Current events. That's all I got. Becky, how's it going? Have you finished your call center book?
I got one more chapter left and it'll be done tomorrow.
Good.
4 chapters left.
When will it be published?
More than likely next weekend.
Next weekend, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to buy this book. So everybody, y'all go support Rebecca. She has the Running Away from God, aka the Spiritual Awakening 1, 2, and 3. Is that correct, Rebecca?
Spiritual Betrayal.
I'm sorry, not Spiritual Awakening, Spiritual Betrayal 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. And this new book that's coming out, Call Center Confessions.
Confessions of a Call Center Hoe.
Yeah, that's part of the book too. But
The Converges chapter. No, I'm playing.
Nigga, it's the book that's gonna come after this is gonna be the day-to-day, like the real in-depth stuff. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm trying to brainstorm my characters for those books. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened at call centers people don't even think about. People think that folks just come to work, take phone calls, and they be it.
Yeah.
You got the call center hoe, the call center thought.
Call Center Hells.
The niggas they be looking for the new fresh meat to come in. That's how I feel about it.
You know, that's how nursing homes are. Nursing home. If you got like a dude who work up there, 9 times out of 10, he's smashing all them gals down there.
Mm-hmm.
Some reason, Brother Metu is having problems getting in the room. I don't know why. Hangouts is so tricky, man. Hangouts
be on some other stuff. I can't believe it let me in when it let me in.
Yeah, I know, man. We be having problems. Yeah, oh well. So anyway, I'm not sure if Brother Huru is going to be able to get in here or not, but we can wait no longer. We got to get into these topics today, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my first question: Black cops be allowed to participate in the Black struggle for human rights?
Ugh, that's a good one.
This was a debate that they were having in one of the gun groups that I'm a part of on Facebook. Some people saying no, some people saying yeah, some people saying, oh, it depends, you know, some of these people got to be vetted, whatever. What are your thoughts on it? Should Black cops be allowed to participate in the Black struggle for human rights?
I guess it depends on the integrity of the cop. Some people will say that a cop, we need somebody. Excuse me. Some people will say that we need somebody on the inside to kind of infiltrate. Some people say that if you got somebody on the inside that's trying to infiltrate, then there's a possibility that they can become corrupt. So I guess it would just depend on the integrity of the cop and what his purpose is. What do you think?
It depends. I see it from both sides. You do need somebody that is on the inside. However, the problem comes in at which most Black officers not Black first. They're blue first. You know, it's not like white officers or Asian officers where they're white or Asian first. Typically blue first. You know what I mean? They typically ride for the police first. Prime example. There was a brother and his girlfriend. I know the dude was black. I'm not sure if his girlfriend was black or white, but dude was in, if I'm not mistaken, Detroit, and he was in like the police training center, and he had like a pocket full of money. Like, dude had a bunch of money in his hand, and then he put it in his pocket. A young white officer came up to the dude, started harassing him, put the dude in handcuffs. Where'd you get this money at? Whoop-de-whoop. Now, nigga been on the force 14 years. And he got harassed by this black cop. And one of the first things he said in the video was like, he asked the dude, like, do I look like one of these niggas on the street? He literally said, like, oh, do I look like one of these niggas on the street? And you like, niggas on the street. You kind of don't identify as one of us. Because you said niggas on the street. You think you are blue first, not black first. It's just like anything else. If you can get inside an organization and you can maintain your cultural heritage and you can be a literal spy, be the spook who sat by the door in the police department and let us know what Pine Lawn Police Department is doing, then at that point, I think that you should participate. But at the same time, most of the time, it's not a case because they're cops, you know. They think they're a part of the brotherhood. I share this blue uniform with these white people. Now I can cool it up a little bit. Even Ice Cube said black cop showing out for the white one. And that was, what, late 80s?
That's Ice Cube?
Yeah, black cop showing out for the white cop. Fuck the police. That was NWA. That was way back in the day. So the thing about it is, they can participate, but overall, given the track record of most of our black officers, just going off of the track record of most of our black officers, I would have to say no. They cannot participate in the struggle for black human rights. Because how often are they actually with us? It's rare. You think that you a cop? Look at Muhammad Noor. He was the who shot that white girl up in where was that nigga at? Milwaukee. That's what it was. Milwaukee. He just got charged, by the way. He got like 12 years in jail for killing that white woman. You thought that the blue wall of silence applied to you. He thought that he could do the same thing that the white cops do and get away with it. He shot a white woman. They hurried up through his name on the news, his face, threw him in jail, sentenced him to no different than the brother. And I know we can talk about this on the podcast, but it was another brother who had been on the police force. He was a detective, if I'm not mistaken. He had been on the police force for a number of years. And he was the token Negro. Even him a white trophy piece on his own. And as soon as he started dating that white girl, Then white boy switched up on him like that. Quit. But here's the thing. They were always racist. It ain't the fact he just got a white girl. I mean, yeah, that pissed him off. But the thing is, the same dude who has been looking at a swastika, a flag, a Nazi flag with a swastika on it, in the locker room for years.
Yep.
Years and years. Oh, I never thought. Oh, okay. No. He thought that he was a part of that clique. And when he started dating that white girl, that's when they really started changing it up on him. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, nigga, you been staring at a swastika for how long?
And you didn't think that they would be capable of doing something like that.
Man.
Crazy, ain't it?
How long you been staring at this swastika?
For 20 years.
For 20. But I didn't think that they were racist. Oh.
How come you didn't? How, Sway?
Because he wanted to be accepted. He wanted to be white. They want to be white. Let's just be honest with you. They want to be white. So
there's always some event that's gonna always remind you that you a nigga.
Thank you. Now I will say this. The only way I personally can see us having black cops as a part of the struggle if we created our own police force. If we created our own police force, because technically, under the Second Amendment, yeah, Second Amendment is right to bear arms, correct? Yes, pretty sure. It says you have the right to bear arms, and then there's some more stuff that says you can also form a militia against the tyranny of the government, blase. So technically, by the Second Amendment, you have the right to form your own militia, aka force. So if you had some brothers who you knew was down on the Black Panther side of the game, I ain't talking about T'Challa.
Right.
I'm talking about the Black Panthers, Oakland, Bobby Seale.
Right.
All them. Some brothers like that. And some sisters too. And some sisters. Because sisters is just as cold, if not more thorough than brothers. If we had something like that, yes, I can see you being a part of the struggle. Because you came up, you homegrown in it. But as a whole, no, not at all. Even the assistant, let me get this right, the assistant police chief, like deputy police chief or something, homeboy got racially profiled, and he was a cop, and his girlfriend was a cop, and they were in a police training facility, and he got harassed by that white boy. Do you think that homeboy, who was the assistant police chief, came out and like, yes, this was racist, and we're gonna do everything within our power? No, he came up with some cockamamie excuse. Oh, we're looking into it.
Right.
We're looking into it, aka nigga, no. I'm not giving you nothing. It is a wrap.
The same generic point that they always come up with.
We're doing. This officer has since been placed on administrative leave.
Paid administrative leave.
Yeah. Paid administrative leave. We are currently investigating, and we will.
Yep.
No, nothing. So that's my take. You have something else, Becky? You'd like to add?
I 100% agree, but my question is, if we did have a police officer to infiltrate, do you think that they run the risk of being not necessarily converted, but becoming corrupt if they stay too long?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure because if you are a cop, a so-called good cop, and you snitch on bad cops, yo, you ain't got nothing coming. They gonna set you up to be killed, or when you need backup, they gonna let you be by yourself. Remember that scene from American Gangster? Richie, when Homeboy had off that dope dealer because he was a junkie, and he called his homeboy Richie to come get him out the projects.
And nigga,
Richie was a good cop.
Yep.
Who turned in that money, and all the other cops started looking at his sideways. This is Detective Richie Roberts from in the projects. I need backup. That's negative, Roberts. We don't have any units in that area. Y'all ain't noticed? He turned in the money. He didn't even snitch on no cops. He just turned in the money. And you seen how all the cops giving that nigga the side eye? And he was white. Same thing would happen in real life. They gonna go up to be killed, or when you need help and you in a situation, you're not gonna have no backup, which eventually you could get beat or killed. And somewhere along those lines. So yeah, absolutely. If you are infiltrated too long, you basically like undercover. You know, if you're undercover and you've been in deep cover for so long, it starts to get to you. You think that almost like you're that person so long. And eventually you might just become that person and forget who you really are.
Makes sense.
So infiltration, I don't think is the way to be at all. Even if you make it to the top of the top, there's always somebody above you. And, you know, the only way this could work is if you had a number of black men and women sign up for the police academy at the same time. It would have to be a mass movement of black people getting into the police force in order for you to think about infiltrating and making a change. That's the only way. Otherwise, I don't see it.
Okay, makes sense.
So, a prime example, sort of a topic, kind of a side note. Those cops sues other cops that shot him. So there you go. He was a black man. He worked on one of the St. Louis police forces. I don't know. I don't really care. But he was a black police officer, and he got shot by one of his fellow officers.
I think somebody was like trying to rob him or something like that, or something. And I think it was 3 suspects. 2 of them got caught, one of them got away. And when the boy ran up on his property, he announced himself and, you know, pulled out his service pistol. And when the police got there, the other cop yelled and told him to go on the ground. And then when another cop showed up, he shot the dude and then told him to get on the ground at the same time. So,
white nigga, short nigga, dark nigga, fat nigga, still nigga.
He said he can't work no more. That his fingers are numb and he gets short shooting pains in his arm and all kind of stuff. And this happened, I think, over a year ago. And the police department has been dragging their feet about it. They don't want to pay him. They've been lazy with the investigation. And the man said he was in danger of losing his home because of it. Because he had to go to work. So yeah.
So the blue, just remember, the blue wall of silence does not apply to you. Why? Because you're black. So America, and I have the "No One Is Illegal on Stolen Land" shirt today.
Right.
For our next topic. So this week, the week of June the 22nd, 2019, earlier this week, America had its first congressional hearing, reparations. Get a chance to see the congressional hearing on
I did not.
reparations? You haven't seen it?
I have not.
It was a shit show. I was actually listening to the Black Authority.
You took the thoughts right out of my head. I was thinking to myself, like, I hope you're not gonna say it was a shit show. It was.
I was listening to Black Authority live, giving the play-by-play because I was listening to it, and it's a shit show. It was a shit show from the beginning. First of all, let's put it to you like this. So there's a division between old black people, the old black media, and the new black media. Black media being people like Roland Martin and some other folk, Oprah, old black media, versus the new black media like TBA, Professor Black Truth, Yvette Carnell, Antonio, Tariq Nasheed, people like that. So those people have been the main ones pushing for reparations, who have been calling out the bullshit for some years. So finally, Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore Tone Talks, they've been having the ADOS movement, American Descendants of Slaves or American Descendants of Slavery, that has really taken off. It's hit the mainstream. Like it bubbled up from the underground, and they can no longer contain the ADOS movement. Now, not necessarily identify with that. I kind of feel like find something new to call ourselves like every 30 years or so. But what we call ourselves is not irrelevant. It's what we do. And these are the people who have been pushing reparations to the forefront, to the point where America could no longer ignore the voices of the new black media. They can't do it. It's sucked up into the mainstream. They can't help it. We black. If you stay on it for long enough, eventually it's gonna seep through, and they can't help but talk about it. But per usual, benign neglect, we not gonna give you Negroes nothing. And if we do, it's gonna be something half-assed, half-minded, something that encompasses all minorities, because God forbid black people, ADOS, whatever you want to call ourselves, God forbid foundational black Americans. I'm not talking about immigrants, Jamaicans, Haitians, Africans. No disrespect to them, but this is a struggle that is all our own. Dr. Clark Anderson calls us black Americans because no one has had a struggle like us. Our struggle should be separated. So first of all, this is not the reparations for the entire African community. These are reparations for those whose ancestors specifically built the free wealth and labor in this country. That's first of all that we gotta get out there. So I'm just kind of laying the foundation, giving you some background work. So now they finally decided to have a congressional hearing on reparations. HR 40 is the bill that they proposed. They had Danny Glover up there, Ta-Nehisi Coates, which Ta-Nehisi Coates has written a few decent books from what I understand. He's a journalist. He's wrote for The Root and other places like that. They had a black clergyman, a black Catholic man, you know. We're going to break all this down. Had a football player. Oh, I can't even remember what that nigga name was. I ain't never seen him before. Ain't never heard of him. This black NFL pro ex-football player up in there.
Why?
It was a shit show. Like, first of all, you got the language and wording that they use. And this is what I have been telling people in groups because it's the big discussion. Especially black folk. It's a big discussion. And a lot of us get blindsided. Sidetracked. We get sidetracked because we think that them talking about it is progress. That's not
right.
So first of all, it isn't even a study to give. It's not even a hearing to give Black Americans or Foundation of Black Americans reparations. You got to look at the wording that they use. It is a congressional hearing to talk about the study of reparations.
Not that they finna give it to you. Not that it's gonna be some progress. It's just the study of it.
Right. The HR 40 is a bill to allow them to study giving Black people reparations. Did you have to study reparations when you gave the descendants of Japanese that you bombed World War II, when you gave them reparations in the 80s, did you have to study that or did you just cut the check? When the Native Americans got their stuff together and came to the U.S. government, and there's some white Native Americans in there too, you know, but that's kind of a side note. When the Native Americans they stuff together and got organized and went to the U.S. government, told the U.S. government to cut the check, did they cut the check? When the Jews got smashed on by Hitler and the Third Reich, which America allegedly didn't have anything to do with, but gave them reparations anyway, did you have to study about giving the Jews reparations?
Of course not.
Just cut the check. But when it comes to Black people, we're gonna study reparations and we're gonna see what we can do. See, America treats Black Americans like Harold Melvin used to treat the Blue Notes. If you ever seen the Unsung with Teddy Pendergrass used to be a part of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. That song "Miss You," the lead vocals, that deep baritone voice, that was Teddy Pendergrass. Because Harold Melvin singing wise, couldn't hold a candle to Teddy P.
Mm-hmm.
And he say, man, we doing these shows, we recording these records. Where's the money at? Oh, well, tours and outfits and managers got to be paid and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And dude, like Teddy P, like, something ain't right. I don't quite believe that. So he went over Harold Melvin's house one day.
Mm-hmm.
And he, basically like, hey, what's going on? What whoop? Yeah, hey, look, man, I'm really hurt out here. I'm really hurt. I'm struggling. He made up a whole story because he planned this. You see what I'm saying? He planned this, so he made up a whole sob story. Look, man, I'm hurt. Woo woo. I ain't got no money. Baby hungry. Need Pampers. My old lady need a new pair of shoes.
Yep.
So he like, hey man, can you help me out? And Harold Melvin like, well, let me see what I can do. So he went in his room, locked the door. I'm not sure if it was upstairs or downstairs. I can't quite remember. But anyways, so after Harold Melvin goes into the room, Teddy P follows close behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And Harold Melvin had one of these old, it must have been an older house because he had one of those like bedroom doors that had like a little keyhole in it. That you can straight peep through the keyhole inside the room. And he said after dude went in there, closed the door,
Mm-hmm.
through the keyhole, he seen dude lift up the mattress and had all stacks of money between the mattress and the box spring.
Yep.
And then came out with like $100. Like, oh, hey, here you go. This is all I can do.
Wow.
That's how America treats black people. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all I can do. And if they don't do that, then if they do give us something, because affirmative action was specifically supposed to be for us. But since we black people seem to not understand wording and language, we think minority. Well, according to Dr. Claude Anderson, a minority it could be a white woman, a lesbian, humpback, midget, one-eyed, blue horn, purple eater, people eater.
Mm-hmm.
A minority could be anything, which is the reason why black people don't really get affirmative action like that because it was stolen. Black women are more minorities than we are. So we got tricked, we got bamboozled. So here you are, you have this hearing about the study of reparations. And here, I don't even know why the hell they had Danny Glover up there. He telling stories of, back in the day, and I think we just need to work hard and we need some schooling. And nigga, no. They had the black father clergyman. He against reparations. Well, of course you against reparations because your bosses, the one who keep transferring the pedophile priests, your bosses were the ones who sanctioned the European slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. They gave Queen Elizabeth the okay. It's cool. All right, it's okay. They gave the okay. So, of course, you and your masters would be against reparations. And there was some other people there too, but it was just it was absolutely horrible. Some people like, well, I think we do deserve reparations, but I don't want to check. That's what the black pastor said. Well, I think we should get reparations. No, I forget exactly what it was. He was like, well, reparations should. I don't want to check. I don't want to check for me or a check for my church. So you don't want to check. Then other people's like, well, I think we should have reparations, but it shouldn't be a check. It should be tuition for all of our HBCUs, and it should be used for this and it should be used for that. Like it like that's supposed to suffice. Then there was another brother. Can't think of the dude's name, but he's not even a foundational Black American. He's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Dominican. I think he's Dominican because his middle name is Cruz, or I guess maybe he got two last names. But one of those names is Cruz. Cruz being a Spanish name. And he basically came out, was like, well, there's no like political benefit to being Dominican. So I'm just gonna attach myself on to the Black struggle so I can get some benefit. But he conveniently left that Spanish name out of there. So I guess the question on the floor is, Rebecca, is your take on reparations? Should Black Americans get reparations? Why? Why not? Explain it.
I do believe we should get reparations. I had a friend who asked me the same question. Friday was yesterday, and I said it's amazing how I was reading his. I can't remember what his paper was. It was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was reading his paper, and it was talking about all the ethnicities who receive reparations and how much they received. And the only people that haven't received reparations, Black folks. I said, you know what's interesting? I said, I feel like they really believe it's not that they can't pay reparations, they just don't want to do it, to be honest with you. And I said, I really think that they believe that Obama was our reparations along with the stimulus package, which white people benefited from that as well.
Hold up, put a pause on that right there. You said they believe that Obama was our reparations.
Yep.
You know who just said that?
Who?
Mitch McConnell, Senator.
Really?
Oh, literally. He said something to the effect of, well, you've gotten reparations, you're doing good, and Obama was your reparations. Like, first of all, Obama looks black on the outside, but he's really white on the inside. He's got a Kenyan father and a white mother. He never knew his father, and he was raised by the white side of his family, therefore he thinks white. He acts white. He's not even an American descendant of a slave. So how could Obama be our reparations? No one didn't do shit for Black Americans. He doesn't identify as one of us. Rebecca, take it away.
I had to look it up. I was trying to look at this report. I'm on USA Today about what he had to say.
Who, Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, this was on the 19th, he said. When asked about reparations, McConnell reparations for something that happened. Okay, when asked about reparations for slavery on the eve of House hearing on the issue, McConnell said reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently live are responsible were not a good idea. Besides, he suggested acts such as electing Barack Obama president could be considered a form of compensation. It said, we tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation, elected an African-American president. I don't think we should be trying to figure out how to compensate for it. First of all, it would be hard to figure out whom to compensate. He said that specifically, and I quote, we paid for sin of slavery by electing Barack Obama.
There you go. There you go.
Well, that just confirms what I originally thought. That confirms what I thought. And that's what I told her in the video. I didn't even know about this. But I said I really believe that they think that Barack Obama is our tribute or is them paid for reparations. And then on top of that, they said, okay, well, under President Barack Obama, we gave y'all niggas the stimulus package. That's my thought. I think that that's some bullshit, to be perfectly honest. I think that it's unfair and it's unjust at the fact that every other ethnicity has received reparations except African American. The same people that you stole to bring to this country to build your raggedy ass country, y'all won't give us our just dues?
Oh.
Must be nice. Must be white. That's my thought on it.
My thoughts are you're going to have a hearing on reparations. First of all, looking at your lineup, you got Sheila Jackson Lee, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Danny Glover. First of all, Ta-Nehisi Coates had an interview with Obama when he was president, like right before he got out. And he didn't ask him no hardball questions. Asked him all little pussy ass softball questions. And when people asked him, like, why didn't you ask Obama any hard questions? Why didn't you ask him, like, whoop-de-whoop for black people? He was like, well, when I got in the room, I was just in awe. And I was starstruck by President Obama. Nigga, that's a cop-out. When you go to the majors, and let's just say you go to the World Series, you go to the ship, whether it be the World Series, the Stanley Cup final, shout out to the Blues, go Blues! Anyways, when you go to the ship, you are expected to perform. If you go to the Super Bowl and you're performing for Super Bowl halftime, you are expected to perform. That is a very high platform. When you get to that platform, you are expected to perform. You can't choke when you get there.
Yep.
If you're supposed to open up for the Star Spangled Banner, you can't get scared in front of millions of people. You gotta perform. So that's some bullshit. And you mean tell me you supposedly being a man who has written books and is so highly educated, you mean to tell me you got starstruck when you was in the room with another man who looked like you? Okay, all right. Then you figure Danny Glover. Now, Danny Glover is probably most famous for Lethal Weapon.
Color Purple.
Yeah. So, Color Purple and Lethal Weapon. So, Lethal Weapon was back in the 80s where they paired him and Mel Gibson up to basically kind of like, hey, look at this. We got a white man and a black man, and they're two cops, and they're best friends, and we live in a post-racist society. Yay! So, but now I think they're working on a new Lethal Weapon, like Lethal Weapon 18, whatever the fuck it is.
He said 18.
It's a bunch of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're working on a new Lethal Weapon between him and Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson ain't done shit after he got drunk and started speaking out against them Jews. Goddamn Jews. Jews is like, oh, for real? Oh, we got some. Yo, but when he said something about niggas, it was okay. So my thing is, Danny Glover doesn't even have the testicular fortitude to tell the studio, I'm not doing no more anything with Mel Gibson because Mel Gibson is a fucking racist. I haven't heard it. I've never seen or heard about him going directly to Mel Gibson I'm not working with you anymore. I'm not throwing you a bone, none of that, because you are a racist. You're a white supremacist. I don't like what you said about black people, and I'm no longer going to work with you. Because let's be honest with you, they shut Mel Gibson down. I mean, you ain't seen Mel Gibson did anything after the Passion of the Christ. That was over 10 years ago when they blackballed him. I mean, well, I say whiteball. When they whiteballed him, oh, they white Mel Gibson. But here you are, you gonna throw Mel Gibson a lifeline. Here, Mel, take this life preserver. So that tells you where his allegiances lie right there. And then you got the Hispanic black nigga who wants to be a black American so he can get black American privileges, so he could try to get some of the reparations and shit. You got a black clergyman, a black Catholic priest who doesn't think that we should get reparations because your boss has told you that we don't deserve reparations. So here's the thing. If you wanted a serious conversation, where's Yvette Carnell? Where's Tone Talks? Where's Professor Black Truth? Where's anybody? Where is the people who have been seriously pushing this conversation for years? Where are the people who have been pushing this conversation? Now, one of the things that I like about Tone Talks breaks it down by the numbers. He's a numbers guy. He's in there. White people are worth this. Black people are worth this. Woo, woo, woo. When you take out depreciating assets, the middle black family is worth this. The middle white family is worth that. When have you ever seen a black person give their child a $500,000 inheritance? Their grandchild. When has a black person got a $500,000 inheritance from their grandmother or their grandfather who passed away? We don't have that type of wealth. So we don't have that. So I love the fact that he breaks it down by the numbers. Why didn't you have him up there? If you really wanted to have a serious conversation, hell, you could have called me. You could have flew me in. I would have told you. And then the thing is, they want to act like everything's in the past. Oh, well, you know, for all the slavery and the Jim Crow and what you did and woo, woo, woo. I know we're not slaves now, but we deserve reparations because of what happened in the past. What happened in the past? What about what's happening right now? Yeah, okay, the past. I'm not going to say F the past because the past is what got us here. But what about right now? Did you just skip over mass incarceration? Did you just skip over the war on drugs? Did you just skip over the fact that police are murdering us with impunity in the streets? Worse than an animal. You kill a dog, they locking you up. You kill a nigga, it's all right. It's cool, don't worry. Oh, you shot that dog. Oh, God. 15 years.
Shout out to Michael Vick.
Nigga, what you in here for? I shot a dog. Really? Yeah, that's why I'm here. I shot a dog. Like, it's not even a serious conversation. And if you look at it, again, HR 40, the study of reparations, not, oh, we're going to decide whether we're going to give niggas reparations or not. The study of reparations. And then why you got these white people in here talking like they going to give somebody some reparations? Well, my ancestors owned slaves, and it really hurt me when I found out. And I did the documentary on how my ancestors had slaves. And I don't think there should be reparations. Why are you letting white people talk? Why we got to have all this intersectionality? The answer is yes, we should have reparations. We should have reparations. I check. Cut the check. Cut it.
Cut the check for everybody else.
Cut the fucking check. And for all of you stupid Negroes, all of you stupid niggas, and I've gotten this because I was having this discussion. Well, I feel like we shouldn't get reparations because black people are too big of a hurry to give their money back to the white man. How many black people now got rims on their car and don't pay their rent? That's why I don't think that we should get reparations. I told the dude, it's not up to you what they do with the money. People are going to do what they're going to do. You're going to have a good section of our society that's going to do dumb shit, that's going to start up 555,000 record companies, and FUBU is going to merge with Church's Chicken. You're going to have those regardless. But then there are people who are going to take that money. They're going to buy a house. They're going to pay off their student loans. They're going to do the responsible thing.
And that's the reason why we'll never get reparations.
Right. Well, I'm not going to say we never going to get it. I believe that there's a strong possibility that we will get reparations, but we're going to have to keep hitting them upside the dome piece. We're going to have to keep hitting them upside the head for us to get reparations because it's definitely owed. Hell, if anybody is owed reparations, it's us. Especially for what's happening now. And for you to just come out here and say like, oh, well, because certain individuals are spending money like 40 going west. That's a St. Louis thing for anybody that don't know. Like 40 going west, I don't think we should have reparations. I think that we should do such and such with our reparations. Like, nigga, just cut the check and it's going to be what it's going to be. Because, we can't sit up here and act like all black people is on the same page. We're not monolithic. We've never been monolithic. We never had a single united thought of this is who we are and this is what we're going to do because we're different people. Like, Kenyans are different than Ugandans, which are different than Ethiopians, which are different than the Sudanese. They're different. We're the same people. We're different. So my thing is, they're not serious. And if you had to listen to it, it's just like an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe more than that of just nigga babble and people just talking, not making any sense. Danny Glover looked like he fell asleep a couple times at the hearing.
No. Really?
It was just horrible, nigga. It was just horrible. So, hashtag cut the check.
Right.
We'll get back with you with more developments as the story unfolds. But kind of on the same lines, NASA, or I guess maybe not necessarily NASA, but the street in front of the NASA headquarters was renamed to Hidden Figures Way. It was renamed Hidden Figures Way in honor of the Hidden Figures. I say Hidden Figures because that's the name that somebody stole from Hidden Colors and put figures on the end of it and slapped.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh yeah, Tariq broke that down a minute ago. Like, they just basically stole that from me. Hidden Colors, Hidden Figures, like, okay, cool. So I'm not sure if anybody's seen Hidden Colors. It was a decent movie. For what it was, you have to understand that they're going to take certain civil liberties, which is the reason why the Queen biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody, and the Rocket Man, the Elton John story, exactly like it was in real life because it's a movie. They're going to take liberties. In our case, they're going to take extra liberties when they make our movies. Now, some people say that it's a good thing that they named the street Hidden Figures Way. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you couldn't name the street after the women who were at NASA, who helped them get to this level.
You named it after the movie.
After them, like their first name, last name, like Smith, Atkins, West Way. You couldn't do that. You had to use Hidden Figures Way.
You name the movie is more palatable for white people.
Right. And you know, I'm like, you by naming the street Hidden Figures Way, first of all, the figures are still hidden because can't nobody really tell the names of the women, the three women who worked for NASA, who were colder than every other white motherfucker that they had in the buildings, in all their buildings and all their facilities. So you got to name it Hidden Figures Way. That is low key giving praise to white people because you named it Hidden Figures. You couldn't name it after the sisters. I think that's a slap in the face, honestly. And I don't think that anybody should be excited about it.
I didn't have no feelings about it. I was like, oh, okay. Because you and I had the same thought, like, so y'all not going to name this street after the sisters who did it? You named it after the movie.
Nigga, they got Noble Drew Ali Street, Barack Obama Boulevard, Martin King Boulevard, Hidden Figures Way. Oh, all right. Hidden Figures Way, really? Who are the hidden figures? It seems to me like you still trying to keep these women hidden. Why couldn't you just name it like, Rebecca Loving Quarles Way or something like that? Street. Why couldn't you put the sisters' names out there? I find it disrespectful. It's a backhanded compliment, but that's what they like to do. They like to throw them little backhanded compliments out there. I don't really have much thoughts on it, but it's definitely a face. It is. At this point, we shouldn't be expecting anything from the dominant society. If they're going to give it to us, cool. But just understand, like Mr. Farrakhan said, anytime the white man gives you something, there's a trick associated with it.
Yep. I agree.
He'll give you reparations, but in the bill for reparations, it's gonna have minorities, midgets, humpbacks, lesbians, and everybody else in that joint. So yeah, black people are gonna get their reparations. This is just hypothetical. Black people won't get their reparations, but everybody else gonna get some reparations on top of it. Because we know, Rebecca, that a rising tide lifts all boats, except for the niggas whose boats have holes in them, because we don't have no money to plug the holes in the boats or get new boats.
Yeah, you're right.
On the lighter side of the game, sister named Marijuana Pepsi earns doctorate despite not changing her birth name.
Yep.
Rebecca, what are your thoughts on the sister Marijuana Pepsi?
First of all, they parents hate shit. I feel like your parents named you after they two most favorite things. That's the only thing I can think of when I heard her name. I feel like your name should not determine whether you get a doctorate or not. I guess I don't know if they was trying to say because her name is so unique or what. She was able to get her doctorate, but the way it sounds like, oh well, she earned her doctorate despite her name. Like, so what? she do the work. She do what she's supposed to do. She should get what's owed to her. So her name, in my opinion, shouldn't have anything to do with it. But I think her parents ain't shit. I feel like her parents legit named her after their most two favorite things. What do you think about that, sir? Marijuana Pepsi?
I personally would have changed the name, but that's just me. I will not be walking around with my name being named Marijuana Pepsi. But here's the kicker. Her mom must have been on some heavy drugs that night. Daughter was born because her sisters' names are Kimberly and Robin.
That's awful. Like, what the hell happened? Or one of her sister's last name is Pepsi? No.
Her name is Dr. Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke.
That poor thing. That's just awful.
So she's a 46-year-old doctor, and she said that white people judged her mother for the choice.
Yeah.
Her mom insisted the name would take her around the world. Indeed, marijuana credits her mom for making her the strong, balanced, entrepreneurial woman she is today. Her dissertation was a subject she is very familiar with: black names in white classrooms, teacher behaviors, and student perception. The only time she hides her name, she says, is when she's in a hurry and meeting someone new. She might use her initials to avoid the 15 minutes of inevitable questions. She also works in real estate. She has to use her initials on her signs because owners kept stealing them. So she set up the Marijuana Pepsi Scholarship. Starting this year, will give $500 a year to each deserving first generation African American student. She speaks in classrooms. Her name is Dr. Van Dyke. She says she uses her name to immediately get attention and whatever. So, uh, shout out to the sister. A name doesn't hold you back, but I would have changed it. I would have changed it. As soon as I turn 18, name myself Bob or whatever. It's like marijuana, Pepsi, really? So my first name is marijuana. My middle name is Pepsi. All right, cool. But my sister and Karen or whatever the hell they sister's name. I don't know. I'd had slapped black off my mom. What the hell? Why did you name me bullshit name marijuana Pepsi? But I'm glad that the sister persevered and she has earned her doctorate. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But you definitely should have slapped your mama. I'm just saying.
Listen, boo, your mama plays, honey.
So, shout out to Bishop Bullwinkle. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
He just died a few days ago. He was in his 70s. You might know Bishop Bullwinkle from his only hit song, Hell No. To the no, no, no. Hell, hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
He died. Rest in peace to that brother. He had a hit song. Shit, he wasn't talking about nothing but hell to the no. That, man, that's going to last a lifetime.
Yeah, it is.
Gonna be 30, 85, and niggas gonna be like, hell no.
No. Facts.
I don't think that's going away anytime soon. No, Old Town Road. Everybody love Old Town Road. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mad because he did a deal with Wrangler. And, oh my God. Sounds
Just a
country.
heads up, it's raining its ass off outside. So if you hear these loud noises, that's coming from outdoors.
Yeah, nobody hears that bullshit. So cool.
Don't be a jerk.
Yes. Basketball player Zion Williamson gives all credit to his mother, saying that he would not be where he is today without her.
Mm.
So he just picked up in the draft. He will be playing for the New Orleans Pelicans,
Mm-hmm.
and he says he wouldn't have achieved his b-ball dreams without his mom, Sharonda.
Mm-hmm.
Mom put her dreams aside for me, he says. My mom sacrificed a lot for me. I wouldn't be here without my mom. She did everything for me. I just want to thank her, and his mom couldn't be prouder. She was the toughest coach Williamson ever had. We'd be in the car ride home after our middle school games, and my stepdad would be like, "Yeah, that was a great game." My mom would be like, "Good game." He continued, "You missed the pass there. You didn't shoot it here." Her being my biggest critic was the best thing to me, actually. And now comes the hard part for Williamson playing in the NBA against the world's best basketball players, but it's a challenge he's dreamed about since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question is, Becky,
Mm-hmm.
why don't stepfathers or fathers in general get the love that they so rightfully deserve?
I will never understand it. You know what's interesting? I had this conversation because June we typically use that as Father's Day month, and we take the whole month and celebrate like fathers and stuff. And it makes me mad when I see stuff like, especially on social media, where I think I might have tagged you in it, where that girl was like, "Men want recognition for stuff that they should be doing anyway." And my comment was, in short, like, okay, women want recognition for the same stuff. Just like you get up, go to work, make your kids breakfast, help them get dressed, help with homework, take them to school, pick them up, make sure things are done around the house, all while working a full-time job. Men do the exact same things with their kids. You ain't in this house doing all this stuff with these kids by yourself. And women feel like they should be overly celebrated for Mother's Day and that men should get thrown up under the bus. And I don't think it's fair. And honestly, it pisses me off because you got a lot of women that say men want recognition for stuff that they should already be doing. Well, you hoes want recognition for the stuff that y'all should be doing too.
Hmm.
The same recognition that you want and you deserve is the same recognition that men should get too. I think it's a double standard. I don't think it's fair. What makes you any better than him? Because he has a penis? I'm just saying, like, y'all doing the same thing and you want recognition and you want praise and adoration for it, but we can't give that to our men, and then you wonder why they don't stay. So I'm just saying, I feel like I think it's a bunch of BS. That's my take on it.
I agree. I agree. My thing is with Zion, why are you not giving credit to the stepdad in your life? Not saying that his mom did not do a good job of raising him. I'm not saying that. But he had a stepdad in his life. And his stepdad's been in his life since at least middle school.
Mm.
So you're talking about middle school, high school, college. Now you're in the pros. Not give any recognition to your stepfather. Like, he was there, and I'm not sure if this is like accurate, but I heard somewhere that his stepfather was actually on his way to like the NBA, and he got hurt or something, which basically stopped his career or possible career in the National Basketball Association. But why you don't thank your mom? But I mean, why don't you thank your stepfather? But then the white media has to run with the narrative like he thanked his mom. Oh, look, Zion, he gives all praises to his mom. Oh my God, his mom is so great. Whoop, whoop. So his stepdad ain't shit. So his stepdad wasn't there to provide, put food on the table. So your stepdad didn't take you to none of your games, none of your practices. So your stepdad didn't do nothing for you, homie. When are we going to learn to appreciate the men in our lives?
Men ain't appreciated until they see it with a white woman.
Because me and my pops, we haven't always been on the best of terms, especially when I was a kid. But I'm older. I appreciate the lessons I learned from him. The work ethic, getting up early, working for yourself, working hard. Taught me how to do electrical and plumbing, drywall. Like, my father taught me a plethora of skills. And, you know, I thank my father now for the things that he's done, the things that he talked to me about. Now, he still be getting on my nerves from time to time, but that's family. Family gonna do that. But I give credit to him because without him, I might not be the man I am today. Like, I know I wouldn't be the man that I am today because the lessons that I didn't appreciate when I was a kid, I appreciate now. I can wire up an outlet like it ain't shit. I can wire up a light socket, chandelier. I've done stuff for my mom. I've saved my mom money just doing little stuff around the house, installing dimmer switches. I put up a range hood for ceiling fan, different little stuff. I appreciate those lessons. But we in the black community, I will say, only want to appreciate our mothers. Like, why don't we appreciate the fathers? You got songs like Mama, Mama, I just want you to know. Like, where's the song about the fathers? Now, I understand a lot of your fathers weren't there. But damn, did you have a father? In Zion's case, he had a stepfather who was there since middle school. At least, I don't know how far they go back. But just like one of my customers was telling me that her husband is not the father of her two children. Her two children have another father, but he wasn't shit. And he ran off and she ended up marrying another guy. And he was basically there all of their lives. They never wanted for nothing. Always had cars to drive, always had clothes to wear. Never wanted for nothing. And she said that her son thanked his stepfather for the things that he did, ironically, right before he passed away. Because he was sick and he didn't want to tell anybody. But he said something to the effect of, like, hey, like, if I've never told you that I love you, I'm telling you now, I love you, and I appreciate all you did for me. Woo, woo, woo. And she said that brought her husband to tears. He ain't never heard the boys that he raised to be men acknowledge him like that.
That's sad.
And he bust out into tears. Your mother should be appreciated, sure, but the father should also be appreciated equally as much. Your father might not have been there, but your mama might not be shit either. And y'all don't want to talk about that, but that's cool. But your mama might not be shit. It's true. It's true. I have a friend now on Facebook who is fighting with his ex-wife over custody because she's a raggedy bitch, and his kids don't want to be there with her.
That's sad.
They be emailing him everything. Dad, we don't want to be here. Woo, woo, woo. We try to talk to mom. She don't want to hear it. Woo, woo, woo. And he be on Facebook sharing his story all the time to give fathers a voice, because fathers don't have a voice. If that was a man keeping his children away from their mother, oh, that'd be national news. It'd be everywhere. Oh, look at this man keeping his children away from their mother. That ain't right. But when a mom does it, it's silence. All you hear is crickets. All you hear is that one nigga cough in the background. Ugh.
If that.
For real. And I feel for the brother. My heart goes out to the brother. And as a matter of fact, one of his Facebook friends, I guess one of the gals that he knows, she's, I think, like 33, something like that. Hella bad. But anyways, that's a side point. She like 33. She just connected with her father like a week or two ago. All of her life, her mama told her, "Oh, your daddy dead. Woo woo woo. He wasn't shit. Woo 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 woo." And when she finally got a chance to meet her dad and to him, it's like, look, baby girl, I wanted to be there for you, but I couldn't because your mama is this, that, and the third. Now I always made sure I paid child support. And she said, well, why would you continue to pay child support? And it's been 30 some years you haven't seen me, because, and he said, I wanted to make sure that you wanted for nothing. So even if I wasn't there, I wanted to make sure that you had everything that you needed.
That's dope. That's crazy too. That's dope.
Fathers don't get the recognition that they so rightfully deserve. And there's good fathers out here. This one dude I was just talking about, man, I was talking to the other day, getting into it with his baby mama. And she talking about moving and taking the kids, and he like, man, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You take the kids. Woo, woo, woo. I go make some more. Woo, woo. And he like, man, is it gonna hurt me that I don't have my kids? Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But goddamn it, I ain't gonna beg no bitch the woo, 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 and this, that, and the third, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna hurt, but shit, I ain't finna go through no ring with no bitch. And I'm like, well, I say, bruh, I say, it's like comedian Corey Holcomb say, look, bitch, you ain't shit, but I'm young enough to make another one. And when that child gets old enough to realize that you ain't shit, then they gonna come looking for me and they gonna know the truth.
Yep.
I was like, bruh, you just gotta do what you gotta do, man. I understand that your BM trying to put you in a situation and woo woo woo, and you might have to let your sons go. But eventually they gonna know the truth, bruh, and they gonna come find you. And they gonna be like, damn, Dad, I understand. Mom wasn't shit. But let's be honest. How many women done ran good men off? A lot.
Yep.
On 21 Savage side of the game. A lot of women have ran good men off. The father
Mm.
of your children for different reasons. Sometimes chicks just be mad that you no longer mess with him. Oh, well, if I can't have him, can't nobody have him, and he can't see the kids, and woo woo woo. All because that man don't want you.
Mm.
I think that we should give fathers more accolades, more praise,
I agree.
because fathers are the protectors and the providers of the community. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care if it's 2019 or 2020 on the Barbara Walter side of the game. The fathers are the protectors of the household and the community. That's why you need a father in the household just in case somebody come. That's why men answer the door. Baby, I don't want you to answer the door because anything might happen. Woo woo woo. Nigga might jump out the bushes. That's why when you look in the Malcolm X movie, when Malcolm's father got attacked by the Klan, what did he do? He grabbed a shotgun and he went to go defend himself while his wife was in the room with the kids.
Mm.
There are good fathers out there. There's tons of good fathers out there. I'm friends with good fathers, man. They like
Yep.
spin this narrative like the fathers ain't doing nothing and all of them just sperm donors. Well, first of all, if he is a sperm donor, then you pick that sperm donor. So you have to accept responsibility for that, which you won't do.
Mm.
And then even on the Father's Day side of the game, Mother's Day, oh, they get flowers, cards, candy, Ameristar, Harris, hometown buffet, Golden Corral. Man, they get a whole spread. But dad, what dad get? A card, and he gonna have to barbecue for the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's
It's right.
that he didn't acknowledge his stepfather. Maybe he did acknowledge his stepfather, but you should have acknowledged him more because Zion Williamson would not be the man today if he did not have a stepfather in his life. That man practically raised you. You might as well say he raised you. And you like, well, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my mother. What about your stepfather?
Yep.
So he didn't do nothing for you all these years? I'm just saying, man. Fathers, take your rightful place. Get them accolades, bro. Next time you see a father, man, especially a black father, they like to say that black men are in their children's lives, which is false, which is completely false. Next time you see a father, thank that man for his service. Hey, like you would a veteran. Hey, that man, thank you for your service, man. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
you're a black father. It does my heart some good when I see daddies interact with their children, man. I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, hell,
Yep.
even the niggas who be sagging and draws be hanging off and shit. Hell, you got kids too. At least you in your kid's life. I don't approve of you sagging, and you gonna teach your son to be sagging, but at least you in your children's life.
At least you was present.
At least you are present. That's the way I feel. If you are a black father, all of the black fathers, stand up, take your rightful place. If that bitch don't want you to see your kids, fuck her. Do what's in your power to do, and eventually your kids will come looking for you. They're gonna seek out the truth. You know, no different than my situation. My father's been there for the most part. You know, we would go a couple years without talking. But you know, my mom always liked to spin the narrative like, "Well, I didn't do nothing wrong. You know, your daddy was the one who was out doing this, that, and the third, and whoop de whoop de whoop." But now that I'm older, I realize it's not that simple. Yes, my father was a man whore. Sure, he was. I'll give him that. But certain stuff, like my mom nagging, you know, not being supportive of him opening up his own business, a lot of stuff. Because she wasn't really supportive of me opening my business, and my brother has shown her the work that I've done, and she's like, "Oh, wow, you actually do good work. Are you still working your job?" Yes, I'm still working my job.
Why is that? I don't understand that. And if you wasn't, then what?
My mom is not much of a visionary. She thinks that you should just be able to get a regular 9 to 5 or 6 to 2, work 30 years, get your pension, your 401k, and retire.
That makes sense. Okay, never mind.
That's how my mom is.
I know who you're dealing with.
And she's fortunate enough to be able to work for one of the big three. And she's knocking down a good chunk of money. I mean, she could retire now or whenever she get ready. You know, my mom's fortunate to be knocking off a chunk of money. And even when her and my dad split in a divorce, she still had money to protect us. Well, not protect us, but provide for us, give us food, clothes, work, do all that in the third. You know, still take us out, have a good time, this, that, and the third. My mom was that fortunate. But one of the things that she doesn't understand is those jobs don't exist anymore. The economy is different. The world is different. There are no jobs where you're guaranteed 30 years, 25 years. Those jobs have went the way of the dinosaur. They're pretty well extinct. They'll ship your job to Mexico. Or they'll fire you and hire somebody to work your job for cheaper. It's not the same. The only way you're really going to be successful is if you're in the technology industry, computer programming, or you open up your own business. And quite frankly, the stuff that I've been through, all racist bull crap stuff that I've been through, like, man, I can't even see myself working for somebody for the best years of my life. But it's like I was telling my homeboy, I was like, you know, like, I believe that my experiences shaped me to be this way. A nice 20-something dollar an hour job like he do, I probably wouldn't be as adamant to run a business. Because I run a business. Pretty much every day of the week, I run my business. I leave work, I go home, change clothes, I load up the truck, I go to work. Might work till 8 o'clock, I might work till dark. You know, my off days, I get up early in the morning, I work all day. And I try not to work all day on my off days. I try to get done, but a lot of times I can't get done. It's 3, 4, 5 o'clock before I'm wrapped up. And that's if I'm lucky. I don't want to have to get up in the morning, have to go to this full-time job and work the business. I'd much rather work the business. I'd be tired as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I'm basically working 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
It's not easy. A nigga be tired. I'm having to make decisions. I gotta put money around. Like I said, I put that Hail Mary to go get that walk behind more. And I'm glad I did get that because I got a chance to use it on one of my customers' yard.
Mm-hmm.
This gate is like 31 inches. My mower is a 30-inch mower. And I got his grass cut in no time.
That's what's up.
No time. I just walked the gate, boom. I was like, okay. And that's the thing you gotta look at, man. Like it's man, okay. Should fix my truck. I should get such done in my truck. I should do this. I should pay the rent or I should pay this bill. But sometimes you gotta be like, okay, I need this in order for me to do that.
Mm.
I need this commercial more in order to increase my productivity. So now, when I'm out cutting lawns, maybe I can get done at 2 o'clock. Those are the hard decisions that you have to make. And tying this in with the whole father side of the game, one of the reasons why I was telling old Gail in the sauna,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to build generational wealth. Everybody wants to just have kids,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have a plan. You barely got a pot to piss in. Now you're going to bring some kids into the world?
Mm-hmm. That's more
Barely
stress.
afford to take care without government assistance. Without,
Mm-hmm.
if you need food stamps, by all means, use the wicked welfare and food stamps because that's what your taxes pay for. But for me, I want to be in a certain financial place for me to be able to not only be able to retire. In years, I'll be 42. I want to be able to retire. I'm not going to retire, but I want to have money coming in. You know, by that time, the lawn business will be pretty much self sufficient. I might still be running it from day to day. I might not be. I might hop into something else.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put things in place so that I'm good financially, my kids are good, and my community's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. So if it's like, oh well, you don't have time to do this and whoop, whoop, it's not about time, it's about preference. Females are a distraction. They really are. Like I say, you ain't gonna pick up no string trimmer, come out here and help me. I don't need you to promote. I don't need you to run my websites or anything like that. I got that covered. But you know, it's females that can help you. What are you gonna help me with? Well, explain, please explain. What are you going to help me with? I got it all covered. Yeah, I'd like to be married and all that good stuff. Yeah, sure, absolutely. But hell, marriage is a business. And when you come into this business, you got to have a certain level of financial status. I'm not trying to be struggling for the rest of my life, man. I want to provide my kids a better life than what I had. I would like to be with my children's mother. I would like to be married to my children's mother. Or at least have a good relationship. There are things that I do to set myself up for the long term. Like I was telling my partner the other day, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close.
Mm-hmm.
My partner was trying to decide whether to buy a house or move back into an apartment. And it's like I told him, I said, yeah, houses cost.
Mm-hmm.
Go out, grass gotta be cut, house gotta be painted. A house is work. It is. But look at it like this, bro. If you don't do anything else but leave your kids a house that's paid for, you have set your kids up for success. Because all they got to do is keep up with the property maintenance and pay taxes. That's easy. Stupid easy. You setting your kids up to where they ain't got to pay rent to somebody else. So that's $300, $400, $500 that they're saving a month because you already blessed them to be able to live in a house. So how many of us don't leave our kids any property? How many black folk don't leave their kids anything of value? How many black folks are begging and borrowing, stealing, and taking the change jar down the stooks so they can pay for their loved one funeral?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How many? A lot. You're gonna be begging, you're gonna be on the corner of Natural Bridge to King's Highway with a sign. I'm trying to bury my loved one. Anything can help. You just started a GoFundMe because your loved one died and didn't have no insurance and didn't have no money. Didn't even have a pre-burial plan that he invested in, he or she invested in. So now you stuck holding the bill. Do you know how expensive funerals are? Expensive.
Hella.
It costs you $3,000 plus just to get cremated. That's just a cremation. I got homeboy who work in the funeral business.
You said it costs how much?
$3,000 plus.
Oh shoot, they need to be sending their bodies down here. You get cremated for $750 and with a free urn.
Yeah. Think it's $3,000. Think it's $3,000.
Here is $750. That's how we was able to pay for Jessica mama to get her cremated, got her an urn, and got her put at somebody's cemetery down the street. But yeah, $3,000. Ooh.
I might not be saying it right, but I'm pretty sure it's like $3,000.
Well, it may be different than different. Some people charge different prices.
A cremation. Then that's not including like the funeral service, chapel, anything else. That's not even including if you're oversized. If you're oversized,
it's more money.
You got to have an oversized casket, which is more money. Then it takes longer for you to burn down the ashes, so the price goes up.
True.
Just saying. Fathers, these are the things that fathers should be doing. And I'm not a father yet, but I'm planning my future for when I have children. So I can take my children on trips so they can see other stuff outside of the United States. I can take my children to China, Africa, wherever I want to go. Get them a global perspective. Help them out. Fathers is out here, niggas. Fathers are out here, but they don't get the credit they deserve, and they should. So fathers, I say this to you, step up and take your rightful place. If they not going to honor you, you make them honor you. You got to. They hate when, especially black fathers, they hate when black fathers are in the lives of their children. Coaches will pass over your kid because he or she has a father in their life. Oh, they will. Oh, yes. Oh, they will. Oh, they will. Because a coach can come in and promise your mama anything. Oh, yeah, he's going to start and they're going to do this and whoop-de-whoop and whoop and wah. And mom like, oh, really? Oh, that's great. Dad going to be like, hold on now. Hold up. You say my son going to start this year. Yeah, your son going to start, man. Woo. Well, man, he going to be the next big thing around campus. And Dad going to be like, okay, that's cool. But what about these grades now? Not saying that mothers don't do that. But mothers, women typically don't ask those type of questions. You know, that's why it's so easy to get over on a woman. You go to a car lot or you go to a mechanic shop. Oh, you need a whirly McGee. That's gonna be $750, and all you need is a sensor that costs $35. That's why when they go to the store, like when you go to the appliance store, the salesman will try to talk to the woman because he know that he could point to you the shiniest thing on the showroom floor, and your eyes gonna light up. Ooh, let's go get this one. And a man gonna be like, hold on, first of all, what is this? How much does it cost? We don't need that. We ain't getting this. Oh, but whoop de whoop. No.
That's what Will Smith just did to Jada Pinkett. She was sitting in this overly expensive ass car. She didn't even see him coming. He was just like, he looked at that car, started sitting in it. He walked her right to the car. He was like, let's go. She in the car playing with stuff, this and that. He was like, let's go. And she told him, what? I was just looking at it. He was like, nope, let's go. Pulled out the car, and he told us something. They just looking at it. I seen that look before, not at all, not today.
She would walk out, she would drive off that car lot with that car. They'll sell you. They'll show you all the little shiny baubles and chrome gadgets and stuff on your car. But a man gonna get in there and ask the questions. I like your relationship, but opposite. Okay, nigga. All right, now what the payments looking like? Okay, what kind of mileage do I have? Do I have a 3-year, 35,000 mile? What kind of warranty am I getting with this car? How many services do I get with this car? What are the payments looking like? Are the payments going through you or the payments going through a bank? What's the interest on this car? Matter of fact, let me shop around. I'll be back. I'm finna go shop around. But honey, I like this car. I think this is the cars we should get. No. Let's go shop around. And you might go to another dealership and find the same car better for cheaper. But women get so, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. This is how women are. They get attracted to the shiny things. They see something new. Oh, I got to have it. And a man is not emotional like that. A man is more logical. So he gonna look at, okay, how many miles they got on it? What the payment like? What are our finances like? What is this? What is that? You know? What are the reviews? Hey, maybe we should look online and maybe we should look and see what the reviews are for this car that you're trying to buy. Check the Carfax. These are all things that a man is gonna do when he is in your life, when he is in a relationship. I was trying to pawn her watch because she needed the money today. All she needed was 50. I said, look, I'm gonna give you 50. No, I can't ask you to do that. Woo, woo, woo. I'm just finna pawn my watch. No, you ain't got to pawn your watch. I'm gonna give you this 50 and just give me 50 back. I'm not gonna charge you no interest. Just give me 50 back. That's it. That's saving her some money. Try to put my coworker on game. Since her man ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. She needed her truck fixed. And I want to take it to the dealer, but they're in Cahokia. They trying to charge me $200 for a tow. Red flag. $200 for a tow from your house to Cahokia, Illinois was like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes at the most. That would have been a $70, $80 tow. But you insisted on going to the dealer. And shit, I ain't even end up calling my people. Hey, what's up, bro? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, hey, my partner got a 99 Tahoe. She need a serpentine belt. How much would y'all charge? Put the serpentine belt on there. Looked it up in the computer. All day, that's gonna be $80 plus tax. I say $80 plus tax. What you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna wait on him. He's supposed to get the serpentine belt tomorrow. I'm like, don't wait on that nigga. Go get the motherfucker, and you could be there first thing in the morning when they open up, and I promise you they can get you in. I'm gonna just wait on that. Okay. And I don't even know. I didn't ask. Because after that, I washed my hands of the situation, but I bet you she paid more money somebody else than it would have been if she had just taken my advice. I said, man, dude, bro, I be trying to throw y'all some work, bro. These hoes be tripping. I'm waiting on that nigga. Waiting on his ass is the reason why you damn near stranded right now. But okay, all right. That's what you want to do. See, that's the type of shit. That's the reason why women need a man in their life. It's more than just being a father. Yeah, a father's just a role, but it's more of a presence of being a man. Because first of all, they trying to charge you what? $200 for a tow. Shit. For $60, you could go down to U-Haul, get a tow dolly, put the damn truck on the tow dolly, and tow that bitch over to the dealership if that was the case. Shit, that would have been $70. Or no, no. Okay. You know, like I told him, I'm like, well, the fact that your dude got tinted windows versus getting a truck fixed tells you exactly where he prioritizes you in his life. Because there's no way a fucking $80 job, which probably would have been about $100, a little over $100, plus the bill. I'm like, hey, go to the parts store, get a serpentine belt. You don't need the most expensive serpentine belt. Just get a regular, cheap serpentine belt. They're all the same. Get it in there, holler at my people. They can get you in and out and be done. See, that's the type of stuff that a real man is gonna do. Even just on the friend side of the game, I'm not gonna have you out here stranded. Like, hey, come on, I know a place. My homegirl needed a tire. Her nigga didn't go get a no damn tire. Why? I don't know. I mean, he live up in the crib for free, and he don't do shit else but live up on his little special check. Why couldn't he go get you a tire? Again, she talking about going to this place. They're gonna charge us $65, $70 for a used tire. And I took her right down to my people's Martin Luther King Tire Martin Luther King Tire on Martin Luther King and Sarah. Where the rubber meets the road. Y'all gotta go check out Martin Luther King Tire and Mobile Automotive on West Florida. They put in that work. I wouldn't recommend anybody that don't. Took her down there. Hey, what's up, Mr. P? Ooh, what you got, Dave? My friend needs a tire. Here go the tire right here. He like, oh, okay. 10 minutes. Dude, people had a very good looking used tire. Very good looking used tire on her rim. I think she had to get a new rim because the rim bent. Boom, got the tire. Boom, it ended up being like $50. She like, oh, I was finna go down to such and such, and they was finna charge me stuff. You actually saved me some money. I know. But where's your nigga?
DOA. I mean, not DOA. Nowhere to be found.
I think the real problem is I don't think that fathers not being around are the problem. I kind of feel like women choose the wrong man in their life. I believe you choose the wrong man for whatever reason, and shit ends up going left. Like I say, there's no way you should be paying $200 for a tow plus whatever they're going to charge you to put on the part and roll it back into your payments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm done. I'm done on my way. That's it. Morlons St. Louis on is the website. Morlons St. Louis for everything actually. Facebook, Instagram, and the website is Morlons St. Louis. Shout out to my homeboy Ronnie. We got some new socially conscious shirts. Not quite as crispy as the last ones. He said his brother was using his screen printer. But anyways, I'm working with the brother. You know what I mean? So we're gonna put something else together. He owed me some shirts since these weren't as crispy, and when I figured out something, I was trying to get a shirt, nigga, but your people had you working like a African slave with no reparations out here in St. Louis,
right?
And you had to book town and go back home.
Hey man, I had an interview too,
and you wanted to get away from them niggas.
Yeah, I was ready to go. That interview came right on time.
I know it did. I know it did. Well, we are running long today. We haven't had a 2-hour show in a long time.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's been over 2 hours. The Overweight Lover on Instagram is my personal page. David Landrum and Dave Landrum are the Facebook pages. I am not in jail as of right now, but I'm sure it will come.
We will see what'll happen next week.
Find out next on Dragon Ball Z. No.
Right.
What you got? You got something to promote?
No, man. Just when my book comes out, I'll promote it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Lady Q1502, and that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hit that like button if you are watching this on YouTube. Hit the like button, the subscribe button.
Thumbs up.
Check this out on YouTube, and you are on the major streaming platform side of the game. Hey man, promote it, like it, share it if you like what we do. Man, shit, we will see you next time on the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast.
Hashtag cut that check.
Hashtag ADOS. Hashtag cut the check. Hashtag cut the check. Hashtag cut
the check.